If you're traveling to Italy or planning a trip to Italy, you need to know this. New strict monument rules, police beach raids, and a nationwide heat emergency are changing the way you need to plan your vacation. I'm Gary with Optimal Travel, and I'm going to get you up to date with the latest Italy travel news this week. Whenever I take a trip to Italy in the summer, I know it's going to be hot, but this year is ridiculous. Italy's health ministry has just officially placed all 27 major tourist cities in Italy under a severe red alert. This is the maximum heat warning you can have, with temperatures approaching 40 degrees Celsius in major cities like Rome, Florence, and Naples. That's 104 degrees Fahrenheit. What does this mean for tourists? Well, if you're outside in this heat for more than 10 minutes, you're likely to start dripping in sweat, and it can be a health risk to a lot of people. In fact, Italy is warning tourists to stay indoors between the hours of 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. Tourists are being advised to avoid crowded monuments or hotspots like the Trevi Fountain during the middle of the day, as this is when the heat is the most intense and the crowds are still likely to be packed. With this type of heat, especially if you have any sensitivity to heat or any medical or health conditions, it's best to replan your activities for early morning or evening. Some tourists are avoiding this intense heat by scheduling underground tours during the midday. And there are a lot of these all throughout Italy, especially in Rome near the Trevi Fountain. You can go underground and see the aqueducts. In Piazza Navona, there is a huge underground concave that you can explore there of ruins. And if you're in Naples, you can go underground in the sites in Pompeii. There's a lot that you can explore and avoid the major heat.
Also, if it's too hot for you during the middle of the day, it is a good idea to get tickets to a museum.
I'm going to link a poll to this video because I want to know what you think. Is this type of heat a deterrent in going outside in the middle of the day, or do you just grin and bear it? Another way that some tourists are dealing with the summer heat in Italy is by heading to the beach. And Italy has some amazing, beautiful beaches. But it has long time been a law in Italy that you cannot leave unattended gear on the beach. Yet a lot of people do this. They'll bring an umbrella and stake it in the ground. Maybe they'll do it late at night to save a prime spot on the beach and then try to come back the next day and have that spot right in front. But this is actually against the law, and police have been aggressively raiding beaches and picking up all kinds of umbrellas, chairs, benches, and things that people have set up to kind of reserve a spot at a free beach. This week, police have been raiding beaches near Naples, in the Puglia region, on Sardinia, and Liguria. What they're doing is collecting and seizing any gear left on that beach. They go early in the morning and take it all away. And the problem is, if that gets seized, it's a huge headache to try and get that back, and you'll be fined about 500 euros for breaking the law. Even if you're staying at a hotel nearby, do not leave anything on the beach overnight. It is against the law, and you cannot mark ground or territory by leaving out chairs or benches. And people do it. I've seen it myself. But the police are now cracking down. And really, since you're on vacation, if you really want a good spot at a beach, you might as well spend a little money and get a spot at one of the Lido or Bagna clubs. These are the beach clubs, the private clubs along the beach. They usually have great beachfront locations, and you can usually secure an umbrella and a couple chairs for around 40 euros for the whole day. Sometimes cheaper, sometimes more expensive, just depending on your location.
Have you ever been to a beach in Italy? Please let us know which one is your favorite on the comments below.
Monument bans and restrictions are not a new thing in Italy, especially in Rome, where it has long been illegal to eat food or drink or sit down on the historic Spanish steps and some other monuments and historical locations. But Rome is now tightening its restrictions in historic locations to protect both monuments and animals. In fact, if you've been to Rome recently, you've probably seen these horse-drawn carriages going through the center of the city where you can hire a ride and tour around. But Rome has introduced a bill to completely ban this tradition of horse-drawn carriages due to the welfare concerns of how the horses are being treated. And Rome has doubled down this week on protecting the Spanish steps by increasing the police presence around the steps, watching tourists closely. They're looking to fine anybody who is sitting down on the steps, which is illegal, or eating or drinking on the steps, or even trying and dragging a heavy suitcase along the steps. These steps are made of tavertine, a natural limestone that is easily degraded by oils coming from food or drink or even skin from sitting down on the steps, and that's why it is illegal. And the police can fine you up to 400 euros or so if you violate this law. There are also reports of the police ticketing tourists who are dragging luggage across these steps. So if you have to drag your luggage around this area, stay on the dedicated walkways. Don't drag the luggage over or onto the steps. Next, I'm going to get to a new change in Italy this week that is limiting movement. But first, if you would take a minute and hit that like button, subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow and you won't miss our next video. If your trip to Italy includes other countries in Europe, a sudden border shift this week could cause major delays. Italy has unexpectedly suspended the Schengen border-free travel agreement with Spain due to some political events, in particular the mass migration of Moroccans into Spain's North African conclave of Ceuta. This primarily impacts anybody visiting Spain or traveling through Spain. So if you have a flight that stops in Spain on your way to Italy, you'll have to go through passport control in Spain. And then when you get on your connecting flight to Italy, you'll have to go through passport control again with heightened passport checks.
If you haven't booked your flight yet, maybe avoid Spain for the time being, even if Spain is so beautiful to see. Or just bring your passports always with you. You can always be submitted to new border controls or police checks.
For all other Schengen area EU countries, you can cross the borders without any document checks. But for right now, that is no longer the case between Spain and Italy. So now that you're all prepared for your next trip to Italy, a lot of travelers to Italy get caught off guard because they make the mistake of not packing the right things. I'll tell you how to avoid that right here.